Welcome back to Choose Tuesday with Miss Helen. I'm so chuffed you're sending me questions and asking me to talk about a couple of things to make a difference and to give you a bit of better understanding towards what it means. So today I'm just going to have an informal chat. We're just going to talk. Let's just talk and let's just iron out a couple of these questions. If I look at my laptop, it's because I'm just wanting to look at the questions that you've asked and be able to give you a really good answer towards that and all. So, question number one, can I get a scholarship? You know, the biggest thing I say to students is don't shop for scholarships. It's important that we know that what is our budget. When you look at what you want to study abroad or where you want to study even locally, understand how much money does your family actually have and then make a decision towards that. So in other words, we only have $5,000. We only have $10,000. Now look at how that $10,000 can be best used and in which destination it can be used at. Because what I generally find is so often students are trying to make this fit into this cup, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out how they can make a $60,000 university come down to a $5,000 and somehow fit into this cup of my tea. And as you can see, my phone won't even fit in there. So how do you do it? So even if you get into universities, where do universities and how do universities make money? They make money through tuition, from accommodation and everything. They generally don't give all that out. If it was that simple, then a lot of us could just simply go somewhere. So please know, scholarships at the end of the day, you need to have a budget, then work with that budget. Say I have $10,000, so I'm going to apply into a $15,000 or $20,000 school and work at scholarships that will bring it down to $10,000. To start on zero and try and work everything to come back to zero is basically taking this phone and expecting it to fit into this cup. It is not going to fit. So this is the first thing that I say. Know your budget and then work with that within your scholarships. Know that scholarships are worked for and they're maintained. So if you get a scholarship, even if it says 100%, even if it says 50%, even if it pays 60%, or even a mere 10%, it needs to be worked on and needs to be maintained. So it's one thing to get a scholarship, it's another one to maintain it. If you're looking at growth, you see my flowers here sitting on my desk, they need to grow. And they can only do that if they have water, the right amount of water, the right amount of nurturing, the right amount of light will allow this plant to continue to grow within my office. And that's the same thing with the scholarship. In order for a scholarship to be available to you, you need to ensure that it is maintained. That means if it's a GPA of 3.5, if you're supposed to maintain an A grade, a B grade, or a C grade, you need to maintain that in order to get it. Can a scholarship grow? Yes, they can, but not all times. So it's important to also know that just because your grade point average is not right now, sometimes some universities will allow for some depth and some flexibility for growth. And others will say, well, we gave you 5,000 when you came, and that's what we're doing until you finish. So again, looking at other options beyond for scholarships is also a great idea. What other options are there? Grants. There are a lot of grants. You're a Catholic, using this as an example, you're a Catholic, apply into a Catholic school because it's more likely that you'll be able to get a grant. Does that make sense? So again, it's about looking at how you can fund it. Scholarships need to be looked at holistically. They need not be looked at in just one area. Look at it holistically. Look at how you can make a difference with scholarships. What about sports scholarships? What about art scholarships? What about creative scholarships? There's a world of scholarships out there, but they need to be worked on. So if you want to get into sports, where's your sports video? Where are your times? That's what is going to make a difference. If you just send off a letter to a university and say, I'm a fantastic basketballer, I'm a fantastic hockey player, and I play on the left wing and I scored this many goals, but you have nothing to evidence it, then it's just your word. It's not good enough. So you need to make sure that if you're going to do that and you're going to apply for any sports, any arts, then you need to show a video. You need to show a video of you singing. You need to do a musical piece. You need to show your basketball record. You should need to show your time if you're a runner. I actually run 100 meters in 2 seconds. Good on you. Show me the 2 seconds. Where is the evidence of that 2 seconds? So scholarships are very robust and need to be attended to. One of my biggest put-offs, and I have to be honest, is when someone picks up the phone or sends me a message and says, is there a scholarship? My answer to that is every university has a scholarship. But what scholarship do you need? How much do you need, and how feasible is that scholarship aligned to you? So every university will generally have a scholarship package for students, but it's about finding that scholarship and making sure that scholarship works for you and makes a difference. Look at other funding options, grants, like I've said, Catholic grants, religious grants, financial grants. Look for those. Look beyond just the school, because there are a lot of ways that you can finance it. We have a division that specifically only looks at funding and finances and scholarship, and that's called Fundo Pay Hub. The Fundo Pay Hub is also available to help you if you need that help. Come through to Pathway Hub and we will see what we can do. Fundo basically helps, especially those who are doing masters and can't afford to study abroad. They will give you some options, but that's just another aside. But initially, scholarships, to answer the question, can I get a scholarship? Yes, every single school has a scholarship. It's about finding the right scholarship. Pathway Hub, Choose Tuesdays with Miss Helen.